If you want to get paid for living and playing in your purpose, you need to stop consuming content from other people. When you consume content from other people, you're subconsciously disempowering yourself. You're disempowering yourself by observing subconsciously what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is saying, what everyone else's opinions are. So think about in the music space. Here's a good example. So in the music space, a lot of artists every once in a while will get a lawsuit come through because they have created a song that is similar to someone else's song, whether it's a tune, whether it's a lyric, whether it's just like a sentence or some sort of piano notes or something like that. They will get sued for creating something that already exists. We know this, probably, right? But the thing is here is that they are getting sued for something that they actually didn't know they were doing. They didn't know that they had subconsciously created this song that was inspired by someone else's. They didn't even realize it. They weren't purposely copying it. We know this because it's happened time and time again. They didn't even realize that they were copying it. So how does this disempower us? Entirely without realizing it, right? It is because our mind, our subconscious mind, is so primable. It's so easily influenced, especially when we're in a relaxed state. When we're in those theta brainwaves, when we're like dozing off to sleep, watching YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, our mind is literally being reprogrammed and it's taking on new information all of the time just when we're relaxing. Now imagine all the information that our conscious mind is taking on in the daytime on top of that. So when you're trying to be playing in your purpose, getting paid to exist, how does this actually affect you? How do you think this affects you and you living in your purpose? And then living in your purpose so well and authentically that people are magnetized to you and then they want to pay you. This is why most people don't get paid to exist. Because they're consuming too much content all of the time and it's disempowering people. So an example might be if you go to YouTube and you automatically go to post a video and you're editing your thumbnail, you will automatically think, what text shall I put on my thumbnail? Why do we automatically go to putting text on our thumbnails? Who said that we need to put text on our thumbnails? Maybe it's a YouTube video before that's told you this is how to create a good thumbnail, but most of all, it's probably going to be observing other people that have put text on their thumbnails. So was that idea your own or was it someone else's? It was someone else's. Uploading to YouTube might have been someone else's idea too, but you saw someone else uploading to YouTube in your space that you're interested in and you thought, I would like a bit of that. I would like to do this and live off this. Oh, I would like to create this business and live off this business because this person is doing it and, you know, they're uploading all of their best highlights of their life and stuff and they're doing this thing, so therefore their life must be great and I'll have a bit of that. I'll do some of that because I'm interested in that subject. We're being influenced and being pulled from left, right, centre and up and down, sideways, left, right, you know? So how do you get paid to exist? By observing other people's content. So this is what I did last year. I stopped observing and watching people's content, especially in the space that I'm interested in, which is like manifestation psychology, right? Last year, I initially stopped watching content altogether. I didn't even watch movies because I was starting my super deep inner work. I was literally starting the really, really, really deep work and I was like, I'm not letting anything distract me. And I found myself, before doing this detox of content, I was being pulled left, right and centre. I was like, oh my God, I'd love to write my own book. Maybe I should write my own book. Oh my God, I'd love to do like Amazon KDP. I'll create my own stuff, sell it on there, you know, maybe I should do that. Then I saw someone doing like TikToks with like the fast-paced lifestyle content. So I also did that. And it was like all of these ideas seemed fun to me, but they were also other people's ideas. And then when I started to take action on that idea, because every time I get an idea, I will literally take action on it immediately instead of letting it go to my logic or, you know, not doing it at all out of scare, I will also take action on it. But then the bad thing about that is because then I realise, the bad part about that is that I realised later on that that wasn't my idea, it was someone else's idea, and I hadn't actually sat with myself for long enough to realise that this isn't really a bit of me. So now when you guys are watching stuff online, how do you think your mind is coming up with 10 million ideas every single day on what you can do to earn money and have fun and live off your hobbies, live off doing what you love? How is that being impacted by you consuming content all the time? Scrolling on Pinterest, looking at all these manifestation videos on YouTube. Yes, great, fine. If manifestation is genuinely like, I don't know, a hobby, maybe you like to watch sports, I don't know, anything, right? Maybe you like doing your makeup and you like watching makeup tutorials. As long as you have zero intention of ever creating any sort of content of your own from makeup, fine. Like I watch movies. I have no intention of making a movie, right? So I watch movies now, again, now that I've reset my nervous system and I've done the inner work. I can watch movies now without being triggered or distracted or any of those things. But if it's in the space where you're deciding, what can I do with my life? What's my unique purposes, my unique talents? What's my unique purpose? How can I get paid to do what I want to do? Do not observe any sort of content. Go on a content detox. You need to be doing the inner work. This is also the inner work that's in Paid to Exist in the light work section. All of this inner work that's going to help you reflect and shine a light on all of your unique talents, your unique personality, your literal shine that no other 8 billion of the 8 billion people on this planet have. That is what you need to be looking at. So instead of consuming content from the outside, you need to be consuming content from the inside, doing the inner work, listening to your intuition, building your intuition, building your mind and body connection so that if your body is giving you signals, you can recognize it instead of logically analyzing it and coming to a acceptable conclusion that doesn't align with your body and what it's telling you. Listening to your heart, building and practicing love every single day, practicing gratitude every single day. These things easily get kicked out of the park. Self-care, spending time with yourself, it gets kicked out of the park when you start watching and consuming other people's content. Maybe you're spiritually bypassing by watching other people talking about inner work, doing the inner work, telling you how to do the inner work, watching them do the inner work, and then feeling like you've just been productive for the last couple of hours because you've been watching that content, but not actually doing any of the manifestation, none of the inner work, none of the shadow work, none of the light work, realizing who you are, what you're uniquely capable of. And you've been spiritually bypassing this whole time by thinking that you now know how to do it. So therefore, you're on the right track. You're not on the right track at all. If you find yourself doing this, you are spiritually bypassing and you're not actually doing the inner work or getting anywhere. So it's not a bad thing. We've all been there, right? You have to catch yourself. Another thing to build up is your self-awareness. Your self-awareness, catching yourself in the moment when you're getting inspiration. My partner was the one that told me last year, Charlotte, you keep coming to me with all these ideas. 1 minute you want to write a book, then you want to create a YouTube channel, then you want to create a lifestyle TikTok account, and then you want to do this on Instagram. It's too much. You're like bobbing around. And I was like, oh my God, I've just realized this shadow that I have is like this. He's like, you were watching this person on YouTube the other day who writes a book, and then now you want to write a book. Can you see the connection here? And I'm like, well, yes, she gave me the idea. Of course I know the connection here. And then I'm like, wait a second, this wasn't my desire because I didn't come up with it myself. Unless I came up with the desire myself and I thought that this was going to be a good idea, that's how I know that it's a heart-aligned desire that's aligned with my higher self, is if I came up with the idea. If someone else came up with the idea, just because it's something that I would do, it doesn't mean it's the best for me. Just because you saw someone else doing something that looks fun, it doesn't mean that's what would be fun for you. It doesn't mean that's the same outcome that it would be for you. It doesn't mean that that is your highest potential. If any idea comes from inspiration from someone else's title, thumbnail, video style, business style, apps, the way they speak, the speed they speak, the way they look, anything, if it's inspired by someone else, it's not your own authentic desire, your own authentic path, and it's not your heart aligned path. The very first thing that I would do is ask myself this one question. It's my best inner work question, the best light work question that I also speak about in Paid to Exist, but obviously like this is a question that I always talk about on here. This is the first question to ask yourself when you're trying to uncover your unique power to play in your purpose and actually get paid for it, is what would I do with myself, my life, if I had all the money in the world and money wasn't a problem? What would I do with my life? What would I do every day? What would I be doing in the evening? What would I be doing in the morning? And you'll probably come up with maybe like 5 things, right? Things that you really love doing. Like maybe it's literally taking a walk in nature, going to the gym, doing yoga, Pilates. Then maybe it's you create some lifestyle content, maybe post on TikTok just for the fun of it. But then also maybe, I don't know, you like investing in stocks, so you also do that. So it's like all these things now you love doing, right? Start doing those now, right? That's not even the point. The point is that you've realized now the 5 things that you would do if you had all the money in the world. This is the biggest realization for you, because not only can you start doing them now, but also when you start doing it now without the intention of earning money, it is more likely to turn into you earning money, right? This is the exact question I asked myself to start this YouTube channel. I was on a walk with myself and I said, what would I do with my life if I didn't have any money to worry about? Like if I didn't, like if I literally won the lottery is what I told myself. I was like, if I had £5 million right now and I won the lottery, what would I do with my life? This came from a shadow work perspective, because one of my main shadows with money was worrying about what I would do if I had too much money. Like, would I be bored? What would I do with my life? That was a big shadow for me, and it might be for a lot of you guys as well, is the worry of like, oh my God, what if? It's kind of like when people retire. Have you had grandparents that have been worried sick about retiring because of how bored they're afraid of being with, and like bored and just doing nothing with their life? Because my granddad literally made himself sick by worrying about this. And then when he retired, he was like, what the heck was there to worry about? My other granddad also, they had a shop, they didn't sell it for years past retirement because they were worried about what the heck would they do with their lives if they had nothing to do. Now look at them, they're going on cruises all the time, having so much fun, and they're like, wow, I'm living life now, this is what life is to live about. Us young people have that same shadow. I'm worried about winning the lottery, earning loads of money, because what if I'm bored? What if I have nothing to do with? What if this business is so passive that I literally don't need to work if I didn't want to? That's the problem. So get into the truth of what you would do if you literally could just play every day, money wasn't a problem. Then when you think of these 5 things, that shadow is going to literally just disappear then, because you're like, oh my God, these 5 things, if I could just live and play doing these 5 things, like it might be like 3 things, 2 things, 1 thing for you, whatever. If I could just live and play and do these 5 things, I would be a very happy person, because these 5 things make me happy. If you start doing those now already, like I did, I started creating YouTube content. I already had a business. That was doing multiple hundreds of thousands every single year with my partner. And I thought, I need more play in my life. I want more play, I want more fun, because like, I just know that money is not going to be a problem for me one day. In some way, shape or form, money is not going to be a problem for me one day. So I need to learn and figure out what the hell I want to do with my life. Other than, you know, having kids, getting married, all those things, I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life, or else I'm going to be scared of money. Because I'm going to be scared of being bored and having nothing to do. So I started my YouTube channel. That was such a heart-aligned desire because it was purely coming from a place of play. I have physically started so many YouTube channels, you guys. I had Minecraft videos from when I was like, I want to say like 14. You know, maybe you probably think that like an 11-year-old would do it, but no, I was 14, 15 creating Minecraft videos. I created Primark hauls, I created business YouTube videos. Oh my god, so many different YouTube channels I've had before, but I've never actually had any ideas that were good for me because they was all inspired by someone else. Someone else was creating Minecraft videos, someone else was doing Primark hauls, someone else was doing iPhone unboxing videos, someone else was doing lifestyle videos. They weren't my ideas. I just thought, oh, I'm interested in lifestyle, I'm interested in Minecraft, I'm interested in that, I'd love to do that, that would be so fun. But they were never heart aligned and they were never my true idea. I thought I would be having fun living off those things, but I wouldn't be living in my purpose. So therefore they weren't successful. When you live in your purpose, it will be easy. You will literally be playing and getting paid to play. That is what it'll feel like when you're living in your purpose, when you're living in a heart-aligned desire. So that's why it's so important to literally, like a horse, put those like little blinkers on so you can't see anyone else in your path, no one else in the street, literally no one. Switching off whatever you're consuming on YouTube, other than obviously if you're investing in literal degrees, coaches, therapists, listen to that because it's going to be you learning and reflecting on yourself. But if you're listening to other people all the time, especially in your field, maybe you could even stop watching movies just in case you unconsciously get inspiration. Like literally just stop everything. Even like listening to music puts you in a certain mood. So all of these things are controlling you every day. They're literally like, they're pushing you in different directions, in different moods, in different frequencies. And when you're being pushed in different frequencies, you're being caused to then manifest different things, instead of being laser focused on your own path, your own purpose, your own life. So it's like coming up to a house. This is the example I've given before. You're walking up to a house, up the street, you're walking down the street and you're thinking, all right, which one, instead of staying on your path and walking up to your house, which is your life, it's like you literally looking around and being like, so where is my house? Where's my house? Oh my god, like I can't see my house, and just like looking at everyone else's houses, looking for the numbers on the doors instead of looking at the number on your door. Eventually you're gonna get wobbly and you're gonna get disfocused. You're gonna start walking over here, you're gonna start walking over here, and then eventually you've stepped off your path because you're looking, right? You're looking for it. You're looking at what everyone else is doing, everyone else's houses. Where's my house? Instead of just focusing on your own path, on your own 2 feet, putting one foot in front of the other, and then ending up at your house right in front of you, you let everything else distract you. That is what social media is doing, and even YouTube is doing. I will admit YouTube is a much better place because at least you're consuming slow videos rather than like quick 30-second TikToks and YouTube shorts, which is literally the worst thing that you could do. I stopped watching TikToks a long time ago, and I'll only purposely go on there to Google something or search something up or something like that. But the scroll page, it is not for me. Guys, if you're scrolling on TikTok, I cannot describe the feeling when you get off a TikTok scroll or even an Instagram scroll and you literally look up from your phone and you're like like insert the blinking noise, like what's going on with my life? I've been on holiday and gone on a TikTok scroll and I've literally looked down from my phone and been like, oh, I'm on holiday, what should I do next? Like, that is how consumed you get. But that's another story, okay? That is just, I assume that you guys are on this next level journey where you already know this, so I'm not even gonna mention it. But in case anyone is still on the TikTok scroll or the anything scroll, the YouTube short scroll, oh my days, YouTube, please stop doing it. Stop trying to be like TikTok, stop trying to be like Instagram. YouTube is a great place for self-development content because it's long videos. But again, if you're trying to live in your purpose, your passion, find yourself, find the thing that you're going to literally get paid to do, ask yourself the question, stop scrolling, and don't consume any content from anyone else that is doing what you want to do. If you want to be a musician, stop watching all the other musicians on YouTube, because then you're going to realize, well, that type of music does really good. Maybe I should incorporate more of that type of speed, that type of tempo. Theirs is professionally made and mixed. Maybe mine should be professionally made and mixed. And these are all going on in your head, your subconscious mind. You don't realize it. And then before you know it, you're ready to record something and you're like, is it really going to master anything though? Because there's so many creators on YouTube doing music right now that get barely any views. So who's to say that I'm gonna get any views? This is what it causes. But if you go into the manifestation space like I'm in, I could Google manifestation videos and then it seems like everyone is making manifestation videos because that is what I'm interested in. So it's so disempowering in every way possible, from how you do thumbnails, from how you produce your music, from how you talk, how you say things, what you talk about. Everything is being influenced if you're watching other people doing the exact same thing. Go on a literal nothingness binge, okay? Take some time off from whatever you're doing, nothingness. Do your inner work, invest in yourself, get therapy, whatever you need to do. Uncover the shadows and really start thinking about your purpose. Do the journal work prompts, the light work prompts. Like what? Ask yourself that question. If you want to obviously do the in-depth inner light work and everything, then everything to do with that is also inside Paid to Exist. But that is literally stop consuming content. That's what I'm going to say. That's everything that I have to say. Stop disempowering yourself because you're so much better than this. And it's why most people nowadays are not self-employed, because they're constantly trying to contort themselves to fit into someone else's box instead of trying to stretch their muscles, shine their light, and create their own box, which is much bigger. So don't allow anyone else to influence the box that you should be in, essentially. Hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely, lovely day.